Hi and welcome, I'm John and this is Unique Wargame Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What a Let's Build video is about? Well, I take a model kit and I show you how to put it together. The reason I do this is if there's points of concern on the sprue, I let you guys know, like for example, if there's chains or there's weak flimsy bits that you need to be careful of, or if there's stuff, the instructions say one number but the sprue it says a different number, just to give you guys a heads up. If you suffer with dyslexia or just struggle with instructions in general, this is a visual way to help you. If you're interested in a different army and models from that army but you're not sure how difficult they are to build, again it's a visual aid. Or if you have an army and models for an army but you want to get a specific model and you're not sure how difficult it is to build, again this is a visual aid to help you. If there's anything with the model that I think this is a great model but you should do this first, do that first, again when I build it I can let you guys know so that when you build it it's easier for you to build. For all my regulars here guys, I would love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. That's what I'm building today. Well, one of my viewers was questioning me about the World Eaters, why I haven't done any more. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to get one of them done. So I'm going to go with this model here, Lord Invocatus. Now, this is a very special model because it can be Lord Invocatus or it can be a Lord on the Juggernaut. Again, but there's different head options and, you know, even the Juggernaut has different heads. So I'm going to pop this open, get the sprue out and everything else and get the instructions out and we'll go through its stat line. Right, so Lord Invocatus, so looks like a bolt pistol, standard bolt pistol, but he has a movement of 12 in general, 2+ weapon skill, that's pretty good, 2+ with shooting, which is actually brilliant, considering he's a movement of 12, he can get right across, so he can move 12 inches and then shoot his pistol at 12-inch range. There's 24-inch range he has to hit enemies with. It's not too bad. Strength 6, toughness 6, 8 wounds, 7 attacks, leadership 9 and 2 up armor save. I'd imagine he'd have some sort of vulnerable save as well. But he has his chain axe, which is obviously a melee weapon. Strength of the user, which is 6. -3 AP, which is good, and it's 2 damage apiece. So put that into perspective, if he was hitting a Space Marine with 7 attacks and he hit and wounded all of them, because he's strength 6, so it'd be 3s to wound the Space Marine, 2s to hit him and 3s to wound him. The Space Marine would be saving on 6, but it's 2 damage apiece. So you potentially could kill 7 Marines in one turn. Or he's got the attack from his Juggernaut. I don't know if the Juggernaut attacks separately or if he chooses which one you're going to do. But again, it's you must choose what you're going to do because it's strength of the user, which is strength 6. So it's -2 AP and it's 1 damage apiece. Now, why, in all honesty, you would choose to use this when that weapon is a lot more effective? That's Lord Invocatus. But the Lord of the Juggernaut, and this is amazing. He's got a plasma pistol, which movement of 10, so he's not as fast as Lord Invocatus. 2s to hit in combat, 2s to hit from shooting. Strength 6, toughness 6, 8 wounds, 7 attacks, leadership 9, 3 up armor save. So he's just Lord Invocatus is just a little bit better, but he's got a plasma pistol. I don't know why it's only got 1 profile. It should have 2 profiles on it for plasma pistol, but anyway, it's strength 7, -3 AP and 1 damage apiece, but it's only 1 shot. It's not that great, but it still could be a pain in the backside. He's got a chain axe, which is the same as strength as the user, -2 AP and 2 damage apiece. It's an AP less than Lord Invocatus. He has a slightly chain sword by the looks of it. Again, it's the same as the user, so strength 6, -2 AP and 1 damage apiece. Again, I would always go with the chain axe, it looks so much meaner than he's got the beast attack as normal. -2 AP, strength 7. 6, sorry, -2 AP and 1 damage apiece. So the first thing when we do, for everyone that's new here, we go over tools that we need to build this kit. So we need a mould line scraper. You can use a hobby knife or some sort of blade. If you're using a blade, be careful because it is sharp, and just let everyone know if there's people in the house that are using a blade. Clippers, most useful part of our tool. It's a plastic kit, so plastic glue. I do have some of this lovely stuff. This is sanding sponge, so the sandpaper with sponge in the middle. Yeah, now why would you want this? Because some parts of it, like for example, let's say this chain, you're going to have a difficult time with the blade or with this. So it'd be a lot easier just to do it with this. I do have super glue at hand, just in case. So as always, guys, we'll look at the sprues. I'll say sprue, but there's 2 sprues here. Now, I would imagine, no, I'm imagining wrong, but looking at this, what we do is we look at it and we can ascertain what's what, so we can narrow the sprue down and shrink it down so it's easier for us to deal with. There's the body of the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's head, Juggernaut legs. Now, Juggernaut head comes with, I think it's 8 legs, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's 8 legs, because Lord and McCarthy's one has like the rock on them, which actually I really like that rock. But if I do make it as a Lord, which I'm leaning towards, because in all honesty, my World Eater army would always be led by Angron, always. So if I make him as a Lord, then parts like this I can keep for another model. There's the colours. There's so many different choices with the colours on this guy. Got his heads. I mean, that's a menacing head there. Yeah, but I'm not going to go with that one. There's, how many choice of backpack is there? Well, the Chaos Lord has 2 heads anyway. There's one of them, which is the one I'm probably going to lean towards because I like that. There's the second one. Over here we've got the chainsword arm. We've got different heads for the Juggernaut. We've got 1 backpack, 2 backpacks. I mean, that is still an amazing head. This is choice of 2 backpacks. That's supposed to be Lord of Vakas's one, but it doesn't matter. Either one looks great enough. There's different shoulder pads and everything else. It's a pleasant pistol arm, chain axe arm. So what I'm going to do is finish setting up and come back to you guys with the first pieces needed. So as you already guessed it, first pieces we need are number 1, which is this piece, and number 2, which is this piece, which is the body of the Juggernaut. So I'm going to snip those, clean those, and show you how they go together. Well, so it's pretty self-explanatory how it goes, but there is little pins and there is little holes, but they basically, the 2 saddle bits go together. Okay, there's only one way for it to go. 2 saddle bits go together, it just slots in like that. One thing you won't do when you glue it with plastic glue is just run a little bead along there, focus, along that little join line, just get rid of it. Underneath doesn't really matter because it's going to be standing upright, but I'm going to do that anyway. So I'm going to glue these 2 bits together and come back here for the next pieces. Right, so the next piece we need are the 2 front legs, which is 21, which is this one here, and number 18. These are on the other sprue. So the first 2 pieces we're going to call the body sprue. This is the chain sprue, should we say, chain axe and chain sword sprue. There's 2 different, oh, I didn't even realise that. There's 2 different chain axes. Wow. Anyway, so I'm going to snip these 2 off, clean them down, I'll show you how they go together. And this is pretty self-explanatory. This weird shape at the front here, see I've been gluing it already. It literally just slots. Of course it's going to misbehave now, because the camera is rolling. Come on, yeah, get in there. Just slots in there like that. There we go. Yeah, I'll show you the other one dry fitted. The other one is a weird shape. It's a weird shape. It just slots in there like that. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to glue that into place. Now, for everyone that's new, little nibble bits like that, that's sanded down. There's nothing there, little tiniest little piece. When I glue that on, if I'm not happy, I just drop a bit of plastic glue onto it and it'll melt it away. So I'm going to glue that in and I come back for the next piece. So the next piece we need is actually, there's two pieces and they're across the different sprues. So on the chain sprue, we need this piece here, which is 19. Okay, this piece right here, this is the back leg. And then we need number 20, which is off the body sprue. There was a body piece here, but this is number 20. So I'm going to snip those, clean those, show you how they go together. And this is very easy. So there's the leg. You take number 20 and it slots in like that. You want to have that little square bit, because I would imagine that little square bit connects. Yeah, it does. You can already see there's a square bit that side, and a square bit that side. And that's this side. So that would just, when that's glued, that would just slot into there. So I'm going to glue those two bits on, and I'm going to glue him into there. So again, that square glues into that square there. Okay. And one thing I love about these Juggernauts, and I learned this when I bought the blood crushers, and those of you who've seen that video will know straight away what I'm going to say, the legs go in a certain way. There is no other way to get them in. They go one way, and if it's imperfect, this little bit here connects it in, because that's coming off the leg there. That's the focus of camera. So what I'm going to do is, the next piece is needed for the other leg. As you imagine, we'll do the same thing again. We need number 22. Which is not on that sprue, but we need number 23. That is not on this sprue either. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so number 22 is this leg here. Where the hell is that other bit? Right under my nose. So we need 22, which is this piece, and 23 is this piece here. It's exactly the same, just the other way around. So that will glue in with the square facing the inside of the leg. Well, it glue into the squares facing outwards from here. Yeah. And then it glues straight into the other side, the same as this one. So I'm going to clean them off, glue them together, glue them onto him, and we'll come back for the next piece. So the heads have so many different combinations. So you got this mad, crazy, spiky one. You got one with the rhino horn, which is this one here. Yeah. This is one helmet that can go over the top of the heads. This is another one. There's another one on the other sprue. I'll show you that quickly. There's one there. You've also got this head with the chainsaw bit on top of it. Absolutely, and there's no look. Absolutely crazy. Now I like this one because they're like a little muzzle on the end of him. I'm not going to go with that one. I'm actually going to go with the rhino horn one. So I'm going to snip. Yeah, it's 28 and 29. Now I think, yeah, you have to be the specific ones, I'm afraid. Only because some of them like a tongue, there's no tongue. Whereas if you take one with a tongue and you take another side that actually has a tongue with it as well, like if we took this one and this one, yeah, when they go together there'd be two tongues in different ways. I mean, it could look pretty cool, but I'm just going to go with this one. And I snip them, clean them, and just show you how they go together. Right, so this is very straightforward. There's two holes at the bottom here. There is actually two pins there. So that just lines up, that goes in together like so. Yeah, gives you this amazing head. So I'm going to glue those two bits in and we'll come back for the next piece. Sorry about noise in the background. That's my little one enjoying the trampoline because it's really warm outside. So the next two pieces that we need is number 30, which is this one, which is on the chainsaw sprue. Okay, just up in the corner here. And we need number 24, which is collar, which is on the body sprue. Okay, so there's where one of the body pieces were. That's what we need. Now this one's going to be a bit time consuming to clean down because I guarantee there's a mould line all the way through the middle of it. I'm going to snip those off, clean those down, and I'll show you how they go together. Right, so basically this front part just slots in over the top there. And there we have it. So I'm going to glue that on, And we'll come back for the collar, because this is a pain hole to clean, because it is some horrible casting lines. And I'll show you how that goes on and the head goes on. Right, so the collar goes on first. Now there's a little bit there, it's meant to sit onto it, like so. Okay, so you glue that into place. Then the head, actually the head, so there's a little bit in there, and a little bit the other side. If you look at this, there's two bits, so that would slot into there. There we go, look, like that. So simple. So I'm going to glue them into place. I'm going to come back in and then he goes to the base. Now because it's all flat, just glue it straight onto the base, and then we're working on the rider. First two pieces we need to make the Chaos Lord is number 50, which is this mad piece here, yeah, and number 49, which is this piece here. So I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, and show you how they go together. So it's very straightforward. So just slots over the top there. That was lucky. That landed in my pocket. Yeah, that just slots over the top there. Gives you your leg. So I'm going to glue it into place, and I'll come back for the next pieces. So the next two pieces needed are number 48, which is this piece here, it's a body piece. Number 47, which is the back part of the body. If I flip them around, you'll see. Yeah. So I'm going to snip those two off, clean them down, and show you how they go together. But it is a bit self-explanatory at this point. What I mean by it's pretty self-explanatory at this point. You've got the front of the body and the back of the body. They just go together, like so. And there's a little bit on there. That's not a big issue, because that side I believe is actually meant to be there because the arm slots into it. The same things on the other side. So I'll glue them in, and then this bad boy then has to glue onto there. Okay, so I'm going to glue those three pieces together, come back for the next piece. So the next two bits we need are number 51, which is this leg piece, and number 52, which is this leg piece. Now it goes on the same way as the first one did. The two bits go together and they glue on the other side of the model. He then glues onto the saddle. Okay, so I'm going to clip those, clean those, glue the leg on, then glue him into the saddle. And we'll come back for the next piece. Right, so that's a bit of a pain to put that rider on actually, because you can't do the leg on, the second leg on, this leg side, and then put them on the steed, because of the bits underneath his feet. Right, we see the spike coming out the bottom here. It's like a little syrup that stands on. So but you can't glue the body on without the other leg. So you got sort of, I put glue on the saddle, put him there, and add glue in the slot where he goes into, and just put him in. Then just stripped a little bit of glue in between underneath his legs and underneath his bum, just to give a bit more hold on it. But yeah, there's a lot of symbols on there. There's a lot of great. This is going to be a great model to paint, and he's not going to be painted the same as the way that the bloodletters were, the blood crushers, sorry, because they were painted with a purple tint on the Juggernaut armour. He's not going to be done the same way. He's going to be done a different way. Now you have different options here. This is where it starts getting really customizable and really interesting. So we have the first option is number 57, which is this ring, and it goes on. There's a little square. There's two little squares up here. 57 goes on this side. Yeah. If you put that one in, then the other arm is the right arm is the plasma pistol arm. Okay. Which is this one here, number 55. Yeah. If you put the other arm on, which is this one here, number 53, he's holding the ring. The ring goes into the slot, and that goes into the side of the model. I'm going to plasma pistol, so I like that. So I'm going to snip the plasma pistol off, clean it down. I'm going to slip number 57 off, clean that down, and I'll show you how they go on. Now this is very easy. So I put a little blob of glue in there. Bottom of that has a little square. That should just slide in there like so. Okay, now you can always get your hobby knife or your mould line scraper and just give it a little push down, make sure it's in place. Now the arm, as you can see, I was right about that square. There's a square in the arm there. Just a bit of sprue that I missed. Just take that bit of sprue off first, but there's a square in the arm there, and there's the square bit I showed you on there. That literally glues on there. Okay, so I'm going to snip that bit of sprue that I missed and glue that into place. Right, so the next piece is telling me is 56, which is this piece right here, this half shoulder pad. Now, if you put the arm on that has him holding the ring, it's going to tell you it's 54, which is this piece here. To be honest, I don't think either piece matters. They both look, oh actually no, yeah, they both look the same. So I don't think that really matters, but I'm going to stick with what it's saying. But if you look at that one, that's absolutely amazing. I think that's Lord of McCarthy's one. But again, there's still, you still can use that. If you're making a councillor like me, you can still use that on other corn berserkers or some sort of hero to make him into a little bit different. So I'm going to snip that, clean that, and then I'll show you how it goes on. Right, on his arm there's a little nook sticking out, and on the shoulder pad there's a little nook that will hold that going to. So I'm going to glue that into place. That's where it just goes across the shoulder there. So I'm going to glue it into place, and I come back for the next piece. Right, so the next thing we need is his close combat weapon. So I'm going to go with the chain axe, which is number 58, which is this one, and it goes with number where are we? 59, which is this one here. Now the chain sword has number 61, which I don't think is on the sprue. 61 is this one here, which is absolutely fantastic anyway. It's like a mini version of Angron's shoulder pad. The big teeth going around the world. So anyway, I'm going to snip the two bits off that I need. This axe and this one. Clean them down. I'll show you how they go together. Right, again, this is very simple. This bit sticks out. There's a hole in there. That literally just slots in there like that. That then has a little nick. That's a hole with the same nick on that I showed you. That glues on the other side. So I'm going to glue those together with three bits, with these two bits, and then glue him onto him, and we'll come back for the next piece. Right, so the next three pieces we need are number 64, which is this little gun satchel. Number 66, which is this backpack, which is absolutely amazing. And then number 65, which are these skulls hanging off the back of them. So I'm going to snip all three of those off, clean them down, and come back and show you where they go. And before I clean these guys down and show you where they go, number 39, shows you, is the other ring that goes the other side of him. I'm not going to put that on. I'm just going to put a little bit of plastic glue in that little groove on him, just to leave that, just to set so when I spray it you won't see it. But that's the one that goes in. It goes exactly the same way as the first one did. I've had a very crazy idea that I might slip on into the video if it works. I'm not too sure because the positioning of the other legs. Let's see what the crazy idea is. Lord of McCarthy's model himself has different legs that will just need to have a trim down of the little sprue bit off the bottom there. He has a different body. He has shoulder pads. Now his axe arm, because this is his axe, is actually his right hand, to the right side of him. Whereas this chainsword arm goes into the left side of him, or left side of the model. It's left-sided, left-handed, sorry. So I'm thinking of taking the bits of Lord of McCarthy's that are left and gluing him together and putting him on one base on his own and using him as like a hero. I'm going to finish this guy first and have a look at the parts properly. So anyway, I'm clean those bits down and then come back and show you where they go. Okay, so his gun pouch goes on this side of him, yeah, like there. Okay, there is a two little holes and a little sort of N shape, or not N shape, so top of a triangle shape, little groove that goes across the top of him there. Yeah, he has skulls. Again, there is another little weird shape there. Let's sit on the other side of him. Okay, and then obviously his backpack. The square in his backpack sits in that square there. On he goes. So I'm going to glue those three bits on, and then come back for the next piece. Now it's time for the head. So you can have number 62, which is this nice piece. I like it, it's nice. It's got a corn silver on his forehead, it's nice. But I actually love this one. This is the one I'm going for. So I'm going to snip it down, and it is very self-explanatory. That little ball bit there goes in the top bit there. Very simple, very straightforward. So I'm going to snip off, clean that down, glue it into place, and then what I'm going to do then is I'm going to gather the legs that are left and the body parts that are left and all of that for Lord Diff, and I'm going to get a 32mm base, and I'm going to start gluing them to that, and hopefully it looks okay. And I'll show you if I can get it looking right. I'll come back and I'll show you. So here we are so far. I've got plastic glue on. I'm still not happy with the position of the leg. It looks a bit crooked. I'm just fiddling about with it. I maybe should have gone for a 40mm base, but I can always just glue this whole thing onto a 40mm base afterwards. But yes, I think I don't know. From the back, it looks like he's like sort of stepping. Now this clear thing in the middle here is a piece of flying stand. It's actually the sprue that the flying stand comes on. Yeah, just so I can use it to try and prop him up against it to try to help the drying process. But I'm going to just fiddle about his leg and try and get it as flat as possible. I mean, it still looks okay. Once I put gravel on there, it looks like it's, I don't know. We'll see. Wow. Here we are, guys. Now, I'm still not happy with the position of that leg, that foot, but it's not the end of the world. It sort of looks like he's swinging back, ready to charge a different direction, and just, I know, some sort of melee combat. But see, the thing with the legs, because he's meant to be sitting, if I'm not too happy with it, all I have to do is, when I put gravel in, make sure the gravel goes in to the little gaps between the feet, so it looks like he's standing on ground that's a bit uneven. But I think that looks pretty cool. You guys just comment below and tell me what you guys think of that. Obviously, you can't be Lord Invocatus on foot, because I think I haven't got a World Eaters Codex, but I think Lord Invocatus entry is him riding the Juggernaut. So this could be aspiring champion, which I think would be a bit wasted, but it can be, you could run him as aspiring champion, you didn't have the points to have a Lord. Or if in the World Eaters you can't have a Lord on foot, I think you can, you should be able to. Any World Eater players there, let me know. But even if you can't, he'll still make a great Chaos hero for your Chaos Space Marine army with the Mark Corn. I just don't know how the weapons would run. To be honest, I think the heroes in there can change their bolt gun for a melee weapon and a bolt pistol for another melee weapon. I think they can do that. Anyway, it's very, very nice. I'm going to leave them to dry. So guys, if you've enjoyed this video, it's helped you in any way, subscribe to the channel please guys. Turn your notifications on so I don't miss anything. Any comments about the extra man that I did there, chuck them below. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures. Until next time guys, take it easy. Thank you for watching.